Okay. So just for the purpose of me to see everybody, I always prefer that you are having your video on at any point. If there is an emergency or there is a reason for you to turn off the video, that's fine. But I would prefer everybody's video on so I can see everybody. Before we start any class, I always like to do a small prayer and then we start any classes. So let's first close our eyes, thank the universe, thank God, thank our parents, thank our teachers, and I thank all my listeners and learners to be with me, to encourage me, and to learn the healing process of our mind, body, and the soul. We'll say 3 times Om. 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 Thank you. So now that you all are interested and you have joined the class, tell me what you guys think and why did you join this class? Who will go first? You're on mute, Nilaben.
Out of curiosity, first of all, I don't have any idea what this class is about.
Okay,
So just curiosity.
okay,
The main reason is.
okay. Great. Awesome. Asmabin?
Okay. I've attended your class, and as you know, we have been practicing the meditation every day in the morning, which has helped me a lot, and it has helped in my life a lot.
Thank you.
So stress has also helped, reduced, right? So this is to just it. You always want to what do you call it? Revise your mind, right? To learn something.
Right, right.
So that's what my intention is, to
Great.
just revise it.
Nice. Thank you. Hansaben?
Like same thing. I want to learn how to reduce because stress is part of our daily life, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You want or you don't want, but it is a part.
It is part.
And
It's an
and you don't have
inevitable.
control.
Right,
Right.
right. Great. Awesome. So now that you guys are thinking of stress and you, Asmibin, because she has been following up a lot of my protocol, she has been attending classes, so she knows more. Anila Ben is out of curiosity. You also, Hansa Ben, wants to learn stress, so how to manage it. So what do you guys think of stress? What do you think stress is? Anybody? What is stress? What do you think stress is? Hello, Neelam ji. Anybody? What do you call stress?
Stress can be physical, emotional, mental.
Okay, correct, right? So we all agree that stress is just emotional, mental, and physical, correct? Right?
Mhm.
So today, what we are going to do is we are going to understand what is stress and what the class is. It's how to manage the stress. So to manage something, we have to first understand what it is, right? Until we know what it is, we are not going to be able to manage anything, correct? Neelamji, whenever you are ready, please do turn on your video whenever you're ready, so that at least when in the end, when we are, I know you are, Neelam ji is also always regular joining many of my classes. She's from New Jersey, and she does little bit of sujog and acupressure, and she has been learning color therapy and other things, right? Great. So, so when we are learning something, we have to first understand what it is. When we want to solve a problem, first we have to understand the problem, right? Without understanding the problem, you're not going to actually work on the problem. So first, today in this class, this is just a free master class. Stress management is a huge topic. It's a very huge topic where psychology is involved, psychology one-on-one is involved, how to relax, how to manage, what is your mind, what is your conscious mind, what is your subconscious mind, what is your unconscious mind. All these things you have to go step by step, understand how your brain works. What is brain? Brain versus mind. Is brain and mind two different things? Is it one? We have to understand all this, right? So we cannot do that in this one class, but to understand that stress, to manage stress, first we have to understand what is stress. And that is what we are going to understand. And then few general tips on how to manage stress. Okay. So the first thing is, what is stress? Stress is it just emotional? Is it just physical? Or is it just mental? It's not. It's not just one. It combines, it becomes like a pyramid. Okay. And when it becomes a pyramid, it starts from the bottom with so many different issues. Then it becomes one small issue, and then one small issue, and then one small issue. And then it comes here in our brain, where we only can tell that this is due to stress. But is before it comes here, if we manage the pyramid bottom, then we can manage to, we don't have to create that pyramid at all, correct? So let's first create the pyramid. Okay. And I will try, I'm not very good with this whiteboards, but I'll try to use the whiteboards. I have tried to keep it ready, but let me see if I can uh, work with the whiteboards. Okay. Uh, okay. So if I cannot, then I'm just going to keep the whiteboard is here. Okay. New whiteboard. So we'll create a pyramid. Okay. Um, why is it not allowing me? Whiteboard. So if it doesn't allow me, I'll just do it on a Word document and share the Word document and talk about it. Okay. Let me do that. Let me have a blank file open. And let me share with you guys the file. Okay. share. Okay. Can you guys see the blank page here? Right? You guys can see it? All good?
Yes, now
Yes?
it's we
Okay.
can
Okay. So let's start the pyramid. And if we start the pyramid, let me start from here. What would be the first thing that happens? When we say the first thing is, say for example, I or anybody, a person fell, okay? Accidentally, the person fell. Now, where did the stress come first? That is, did it come first to the brain? No. Where did the stress come first? What was the stress level and where did it affect first? If a person falls, where did the person feel the stress?
where
Anybody?
where the impact went, which
Where the
could be
impact went. Correct. Absolutely. So first is the physical impact, right? The first one will be the physical impact, meaning you get pain in the area that it impacted. So it could be your muscles, it could be anything, right? So it could be physical, so it can be the muscles, it can be your nerves, it can be your bone, it can be your tendon, anything, correct? This is physical. Now, when the person falls, if after a few hours you treated that area and you started feeling better, is there a stress level anywhere? If it is treated, is there a stress level?
no.
No stress level. We want to keep this interactive because if you understand it, then only you will enjoy this whole class. Okay. So, no stress level. So, first, there is a stress level, right? The impact stress level is what? High or low?
It would be high.
High, correct? The impact is there, the muscles or nerves or bone or tendon. Whatever has been impacted, that is going to be high, right? Now, what we are going to do is we are going to build this one pyramid. Say it is the muscles. Now, if the muscles was the impact, what would you do? We know right away, right? If the muscles are the impact, what would we do? We put ice pack,
I
correct?
expect
We
yes.
put ice pack. We might massage it with some oil, correct? Now, where is your stress level? Medium or high?
It's medium or
Medium.
lower than the, yeah.
So, stress level goes medium, right? Now, you go more higher, and now your stress level has become less after few hours. Where is your stress level if you have no pain?
No stress.
That would be less stress, but you would be worried about future, that it could happen, what happened in future.
Very good. Good. So this will come back to that point. That is where this class is going to become more interesting. So after few hours, no pain, stress is less, but worried about future. Okay. So this we will mark it as important. Okay. Now we are going up. Now this is one level we went. Okay. Now say the level is of nerve. It is a nerve that is caught when you fell. When anybody, the person who fell, had a nerve pinch. Say as soon as they fell, they got a nerve pinch. What will be the stress level?
It would be painful, so high.
High. Correct? Now, can we do anything with the nerve pinch? Can we bring the stress level down for a nerve pinch? The stress is on the nerve right now.
Hmm.
So we have to focus on the nerve. Correct? So what do we
Right.
do for any kind of nerve pinch? What do we do? What generally? How many days do you think it'll take for that stress to go away?
Depends on severity.
Any nerve pinch is not going to get better at least 3 days to 4 days for sure, right? Unless and until someone is in your, like, unless and until you take a painkiller, right? So if you take a painkiller, say you took a painkiller, the stress level is still going to be medium because the pain has gone, but not completely. You are not able to make movements. So now what is happening? When this stress is there, you take a pill, right? You take a painkiller, the stress is still there. What happens when the painkiller starts to not affect you anymore? Where does the stress go?
It goes higher, and then you
Again
then
higher.
go to the doctor,
Again,
some
yes,
tests.
again goes high, right? Now this happens on the second day, and now you are coming on the third day. Now what happens? Where does the stress go? Does it go into the nerves now? Where has it gone now? It has gone into your muscles. Why? Because the muscles start becoming strained because you're not making movement. So now only this much part was hurting, but now the whole part is hurting. If it's your hand, then the whole part is hurting. If it's your leg, even your back is hurting, even your hips are hurting. So the muscles are now hurting and the pain extends to more physical area, right? Now, with this physical area, where other is the pain going? Where other does the pain go?
You are worrying, and
Mental pain.
Right. You are getting into the mental health, right? So, mentally, now your stress is getting high. Okay. So, what happened? Here, your stress was gone immediately, right? Medium, and then afterwards it was gone. Here the muscle is there. Now look at that. The muscle pain is there. Here also the muscle pain is there. But now here you're not getting better. You're not coming to a medium level. Here you're getting that pain level is higher. Make sense? Make sense?
Yes.
Why is the pain level higher? I'm going to stop this for a while and I want to see why does our pain level go high?
because it's out of your hand. You cannot do anything about it.
You are doing everything that is possible, right? You're doing the
Right.
physical, you're taking the painkiller, you went to the doctor, you did the exercises, but now your pain is, even if physically your pain is less, your stress on the muscles and nerves is less, where is your stress getting higher and higher? Mentally.
Yeah,
And
worrying about
after
it.
mentally, where is it going? After you're mentally stressed out, where does it go? One more place that the stress goes.
On your body.
Body, you're already having the body, and then it
On
went
the
into mental
emotions.
emotions. Emotional stress is where you're getting there. And when you come to an emotional stress, it's hard to bring it down. Why? Because what happened is I got hurt, I took care of it, I took my painkillers, I went to the doctor, I'm starting to get better, everything is going fine. But in my mind, what did I start getting? What if I'm not getting better? What if this happens? What might have happened? What if it again goes wrong? Will I be able to move my hand? Will I be able to work this part? Will I be able to work certain things that I have to do with my hand? Or will I be able to go for work if it's my bones or if it is my hip? How will I sit? I can sleep. My sleep is less. Do you see how it's building up and building up and building up? Because we have gone to an emotional level of stress. So now we have a whole problem created. What happened? We got physically hurt. We started working on that physically hurt, but then it slowly got into our mental illness, and then it went into our emotional. And when it goes to emotional, why can't we come back? Because what is going on with our mind? What is going on in our brain? What we are learning in our brain and what we are thinking in our brain is where the emotional saturation is happening, where the constraints of all the thoughts are there, where you're getting the muscles in your brain are becoming tighter, not allowing the nerves to relax. They are only having the fear. Fear of what?
Fear of getting worse.
Getting worse or happening it again. Like Anilaben said, like what I'm worried about the future now. You got hurt, but now you're worried about the future, right? So, emotional stress is something that we never pay attention to. That is where your stress level goes higher. And this happens because our conscious mind is always at the present moment, right? Our conscious mind is alert. We are looking at it, but what is happening at the conscious mind? Our subconscious mind is actively recording everything, and whatever is left over is going into the unconscious mind. Okay? And our subconscious mind is constantly being on the defensive. What does it do? Anytime now, when you're walking in that certain area, or if you are going in that certain area of that place where you had a fall, what does it do? It reminds you immediately, be careful. Even if someone else is walking in that area, oh, be careful. You know, you might fall. What are we doing? We are telling the brain there is a fall. So now not only you have that stress, you have passed on the stress to someone else that, oh, I might fall. See how our brain is working and why we get stressed. So, said that, now how do we manage this stress? How do we get to this part that we can not be so emotionally into that stress level? Because when all of us, any of us, especially in the Indian diaspora, especially, I'm talking again and again about it, is because when we say that you should go and get a therapy or a counseling, we suddenly start to go back like, oh my God, I'm okay. I'm not, nothing is wrong with me. I don't need to go to a psychiatrist. I don't need to go to a psychologist. I don't need to go to a therapist. I don't need for no, go to a counseling. Why? Because we are not taking our emotional and mental health as properly paying attention to our physical health. My blood pressure went up. I want to go, I want to take a medicine, I want to do everything that is possible. I have something, the doctor said that I have something comes up in the blood. You want to make sure that you are paying attention to it. But are we paying attention to our mental and emotional health at all? Especially we women. Today all women are here, so I'm talking about women, and it's a good thing because all women are here. Even if men was there, I would talk. But why do we women not pay attention to our emotional and mental health? Why? If we know the reason why, we can find a solution to it. Why are
Because
we not doing it?
we
Sorry?
put our We put our family first, then ourselves.
Okay. Anything else? Nilamji,
Just
today you're
feel that
quiet.
we we just feel that we are fine.
We just
We
feel we
don't
are
need it.
fine, right? Okay.
Whereas
There is
we are
one
not.
more big reason why people don't go. Anybody? Biggest reason we don't go is not because of family, not because we are, what did you say, Asmiben? Sorry?
That we feel that we are
You
fine.
feel that you're fine, not because of that, but
We don't
because
realize.
we don't realize, or
We don't.
actually, we don't realize can be one big reason because we don't pay attention to ourselves. But the biggest reason is even if we feel, we don't want to go and admit because someone will tell us what's wrong with your brain, what's wrong with your mind, right? Why do you have to go to therapist? Soonche. Everybody is like, what is wrong with you? Why do you have to go for a therapy? Oh, everything okay? Is anything disturbed? Everybody is talking about it. Why? Because we think that if emotionally we are not stable, emotionally we are stressed out, mentally we are stressed out, that means people will think we are out of our mind. And so today I'm going to show you where our mind is and where our brain is. Brain versus mind. Where is your brain? Where is your brain physically? Yes, here, here. Where is your mind? Nope, it's not there. It's not there. Your mind is, and I had all my tools ready. I'm not able to use this properly. Oh, there. I hope I get it. I hope I get it. I have my things ready, but I don't know how to use these things. So, hoping it is there. Okay. Otherwise, I'll have to again go back into something else. There you go. Thank God. Okay. Open for myself. Okay. So hopefully you guys will be able to see the part. Do you see this?
Not yet.
Okay. Share, not the document, the Zoom. Let's see if I can share it with you guys.
Yeah, something looks like
Can
coming.
you see this?
Not yet. It's still circling. Okay, pinch out for a bigger view. So
You cannot see it, that means.
right. There are tabs up there. It says brain and mind. Is that what you are trying to show?
Yes, brain and mind.
Press on the tab and maybe that might show up. Or we should.
Yeah, we can see.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Now
You
we
can
can.
see it?
So now
Okay,
we are
great.
on the tab, the brain and mind.
Thank you. Okay. So now I want to show you where is our mind located. Our mind is the second heart. Our mind is not in the brain. Mind means man in Gujarati or in Hindi or in Marathi. Man means mind. Brain means mastiksh, mathu, bheju. Okay? So our brain is the hardware of our computer. This is the computer. It is the hardware. Mind is the software. So without heart, without brain, we cannot function because we need a hardware to put the software in. Correct? But it is not true that, oh, my brain, when you are thinking logically, you are not thinking with your mind. You're thinking with your brain. You're thinking consciously in your conscious mind, not your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind be telling that no, don't do this. That person is actually lying to you. Don't believe that person. Just get out of that. Go away from there. But your brain is telling you what? No, you should learn to trust people. You should give them a chance. That's okay. That is what your brain is saying. So now, do you think the brain and the mind is in the same place? No, the
No.
brain is closer to your heart. Actually, in acupressure, they say your heart is your mind. Your heart is where your mind is. Your mind is where your heart is. Okay. So, said that, so do you see the mind is also in the body, human body. The brain is also in the human body. The heart is also in the human body, but the heart and mind are close to each other. Okay. They think together. The brain is a logical brain. Okay, I have a video clip. If we finish it on time, I'll show you the video clip also. Okay, so we have to first understand that the mind tells us, what does it tell? Don't tell anybody that you are having a problem, because what they think is that they are going to think that your brain is not working. But is it true? Is it true that your brain is not working?
No.
Now that you know where your brain is, now that you know where your mind is, now if I tell you emotionally you need to be more stronger, then you can work on your stress level. Then you work on your stress level by counseling or working on that emotional level. So when you have to work on that emotional level or a mental level, do you think you are talking about your brain? Is anything wrong with your brain?
No.
Actually, nothing is wrong with your brain. But because it has been told to you from many, many centuries and years that when you have a problem, when emotionally you are lacking any kind of support, or you're emotionally weak, or mentally you cannot handle certain situations, your brain is not working. It is not true. It is that your mind is overpowering your brain, so that your logical brain is now not able to take a decision because your mind has been overpowering, right? So to keep your logical brain stronger, you need to let the brain work, right? You need to have that brain start telling the mind that logically what you're thinking is wrong and you are getting better. And to treat that stress level, what we do, we start to put positive thoughts. In the beginning, I told that there is conscious mind, unconscious mind, and subconscious mind. So, what happens when you learn a cycle when you are 7 years old? What happens? You start learning the cycle, you start falling, you start getting up, you still forget. That is all conscious mind learning how to learn to ride a bike or a bicycle, right? But after you learn, does your conscious mind have to be there? You're unconsciously or subconsciously, you are riding the bike because now you know the routine, because the subconscious mind already learned what you are supposed to do. When someone falls and we think that, oh my God, I fall, I have to tell others not to go from this side because they will fall. What did you put in your mind? You told your mind, you sent a message to your brain, the logical brain, that you remember this. Consciously, I am hurt, So now you remember this in your subconscious mind not to walk from here, or tell others also not to walk from here. But if I'm falling, and at that moment, if I'm telling my logical brain, I need to be more careful next time, what are we going to do? We are going to be careful next time, right? We are not going to make that mistake. But we don't train our brain to think in that manner. Anything that happens to us physically also, we go and tell our brain, logical brain, to shut down. What do we tell our logical brain? Do not think further. This is wrong. This is where you should stop. This is what you should not do. So you're putting negativity. And it is a fact that to handle any kind of stress, you need to work with your emotional brain, which is the mind, and with the logical brain, which is your brain itself. Right? So to give strength to these type of things, what we need to do is we need to push our conscious mind to constantly think positive. How do we manage these kind of stress? I gave you a physical story about it. Now Hansaben said that, Anilaben said that we always don't think of us. We always think that we should think of the family first, right? Anilaben, how much do you travel? You have a winter home in Florida, so definitely you're traveling back and forth in plane, right?
Yes.
What are the instructions given to us in the plane?
You mean safety precautions?
Mm-hmm. What is the safety precaution they tell you? Do not put the mask on your child or your family first. Put your mask on yourself first. Right?
Right.
So, when we think of others, we are ignoring what we need to take care of ourselves. Like Asmi Ben said, that we don't want to think, right? We are not thinking of ourselves. Why are we not thinking of ourselves? Does it mean we are selfish? But that is what is taught to us. Always think of others.
Used to it.
Yes, you are thinking of others, but without thinking of yourself, can you think of others?
No.
If you are not healthy, can you take care of others?
No.
So if your brain is strong, if your emotions are strong, can you take care of others?
No, not really.
If your brain is strong and your emotions are strong, can you take care of others?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yes, yes, you can. So what do you need to do to keep yourself? So first thing is take care of yourself. Do not ignore. There is nothing wrong in taking care of yourself first. If I am not feeling good today, and if I am forcing myself to do things that I don't want to do in the house, am I going to approach my family members with love?
No.
I'm not going to be able to give my 100% at all. I might give my 50%, but they will feel it. You know, you just want them to finish everything fast. You want to finish the kitchen fast. You want to and go and sit in a corner, not anybody talking to you, right? And then you listen to them. Do you listen to them actually? When everybody is talking, you're not feeling good, and give me the true answer. Ask yourself, do you listen when you are in stress? And if someone is coming and giving you or telling you anything, good, bad, anything about their day, are you 100% listening to them?
You cannot.
Not really.
Not really. If anybody says, yes, I am, I'm sure I'll give them an award because It is not 100%. They might be listening, but they might be killing themselves, which is where Anila Ben you said, in the future, where you haven't even thought about it, your mind, your subconscious brain is already creating that I am so tired, but I need to keep listening to this people. So what you're telling your brain, what is the stress level now in your brain? You're putting more pressure on that brain, the logical brain that you want to work with. What you're doing to that logical brain, you're putting more and more pressure there, right? Because now you are not able to do it. So what happens after a couple years? Most of the women usually, I'm not, it can be wrong, but survey says most of the women after their spouses pass away become more healthier than before. Most of the men become more sick after their spouses pass away. How can this be? And why would this be?
Be- because women do a lot of things by themselves, as men tend to uh, depend uh, more more
Yes, they are more
relative.
dependent and they are not emotionally strong. As soon as a woman passes away, their spouse passes away, a man is very difficult for most of the men. I'm talking about most. It can be different in every individual. Okay. But when you do the survey, you will see that most of the women they live longer than the men. But a man will not live longer as much as a woman can live longer after their husband pass away. The reason is because they have been giving so much to the family, not only to the family, they are taking care of their spouse also. But there are very few spouses who are taking care of their better half also, right? Because they are not concerned all the time, especially in the Indian diaspora I'm talking about, because every time what is happening is, uh, and men who have moved here may have changed, may have learned the Western culture, which is one of the good part of the Western culture. But most of the time, what do you see? If you go back in India, what you see there is most of the time the women are suppressed in every way. First by the father, then by the husband, then by the children, and then there is nobody to listen them. Nobody cares even what is going on with their life. But once they are out of it, then they become sometimes more healthier because now they don't have to worry. They are worried about them. Now they are taking care of themselves. Now they are doing things that they want. The stress on the brain starts when your fetus is already the first 2 months of the conception. You know why? Because which is the first part of the fetus that actually starts to develop? It's the brain. It's the brain. It starts from here like a small tail and then it develops and develops, and then all these features, and then the spine and everything starts to grow. So when a child is born, the child only knows of the subconscious and unconscious mind. They don't know anything about conscious mind because they don't know how to use their conscious mind, right? But subconscious mind is very active because now they know when they cry, someone comes, right? When they cry, if they want food, they there are research and there is different kind of cries that the baby has, which tells you that now they want food, now they want to come to you, they are angry with you, they are scared about something, they are worried about. So these all things are in the brain, and that brain also plays a very big role in as you start to grow up. And it also plays a big role of the environment of the family that you're growing with. If you have in your family everybody telling you, be cautious, don't do this, don't go here, don't go there, don't pick up that, be careful, your brain is always, always, always thinking of being careful, 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 meaning it's always telling, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But there are families that tell what they tell the brain. Oh, next time be careful. When a father is teaching a child to walk, what happens? The child falls when or leaves the hand or the finger of the father and falls. What does the father say usually? It's okay, get up again. Nilamji, you're on mute, so I cannot hear you. Can you unmute and talk, please?
No, sometimes hold tightly also.
Hold tightly. So when you say hold tightly, generally that is the mother who does that, right? Don't leave my hand. Hold more tightly. But fathers, what do they do? Generally, fathers tell that, oh, it's okay. Come on, get up, get up. I am there. Get up. And it waits for the child to get up and go, right? When generally, if you see that is always a case. When a mom is teaching a daughter to cook, and if the daughter gets burned by doing something, what does the mom say? That's how you learn cooking. It's okay. Next time it will be fine. That's how you learn. You'll get into that habit. So now what is the brain telling? It's okay. It's a positive thing. But the same thing that when the father sees the daughter getting burned, what does the father say now? Why do you want to put her in such a small age? Why do you want her to let her go in by the kitchen? And why does she have to go in by the fire? Right? Now the father is very, very careful and very protective. So how does the brain starts working? That when I need protection, I go to my father. Right? But when the boy is there, the boy thinks when I need protection, I go to my mother. Because the father has been very tough with the boy, because he knows he needs to get up and go. He needs to get up and go. He never tells the son that, okay, stop, you're hurt, don't do it anymore. He goes like, come on, do it more. Come on, get up, do more exercise, eat well, sleep well. Do it. You have to do this. That's okay. Take that pressure. Right? So these are the things that affect our brain from our childhood. And as we keep growing, we come under the habit of not managing our stress. And how do? We don't manage the stress, we create the stress. We are not managing it. So now how do we learn to manage the stress? Anybody can give me an example how to manage the stress? Yeah.
Breathing is one of them.
Yes. Meditate. Okay. Meditate is
Right.
good, but when you meditate, if you're not training your brain to be positive, are you going to be able to release that stress?
No.
So meditate is one way, it's a medium to tell your brain to calm down. You're telling your brain to calm down, but are you telling your brain to be stronger, to be positive? No. We have to tell that. We have to train our brain, like as we been, because you attend, you know that we do that exercise, right? I give that homework, that do that homework, that every day think of one thing that whenever you thought of a negative thought, replace it immediately with a positive thought. Make it a practice and you will start seeing that your brain is becoming more and more positive. What are other ways of releasing and managing your stress? The main part is, yes, you have to first manage to make it more positive. You train from a very young age. Now, when you don't, you feel like, oh, now means I cannot train my brain. There are people who have got better, who were told they cannot walk by just training their brain. And the doctors have been surprised to see them walking. People who have shattered their spine have gotten up and they have been walking. Shattered spine means you cannot walk, you cannot use your limbs, and these people are walking. But what is that? Is the power of your brain, right? And once you have your brain that is very strong, then what will happen? Once you have that strength in your brain will become more and more positive, more stronger, and every emotional trauma, every mental trauma that you go through. And that is why it's important to take care of your mental health, right? Stress management does not mean that your brain is not working, meaning you're not managing your stress well. So, what do we do to manage our stress well? We need to first write down in 2 columns, where do we lack to manage our stress? What is our stress? And then you write down, how can I manage this? You are not going to be able to do it in one day, 1 week, 1 month. It is a whole practice of doing it every day, step by step, one by one, right? So you write it down and you do it. What do you like? You like to get up and dance? Are you listening to your body? Are you listening to your emotions? No, we are not. Why? Because, oh, I am now 60, 65. How can I dance? It doesn't look good. Why? I want to dance. I don't want to dance in front of everybody. Dance alone, right? I cannot sing. Who said I cannot sing? I can sing whatever way I want to sing. I want to release my emotions. There should be a way of releasing your emotions in certain way. We are not going deep into how the brain works and all over here. Here I'm trying to create just a scenario that how our stress builds and how we can manage in a simple manner by just listening to ourselves, listening to our mind, and listening that mind is also going to be your gut feeling, right? Why did I say, like, you meet someone and you feel like, I want to talk to this person, right? And sometimes that person comes and asks you for some help, and you're thinking, should I help? I don't feel comfortable, but you still help and you fall with that person into the ditch also, because you're not listening to your mind, and then your emotional level goes. But when you're helping, you can keep a positive thought that I'm helping this person. He might cheat me or she might cheat me. It's okay. My job is to help and forget. Is it going to affect your emotional health? Then it will not affect your emotional health, because you're mentally prepared. You already told your conscious brain what you're going to do, so the subconscious brain is already alert, and it already told your unconscious brain that whatever is happening, it's okay, we can manage it, you have to just forget it. So don't remember. If this things goes negative, we are not going to remember it, because that is not nice. But when you help the person and you feel that the reciprocation was nice and good, what do? You remember, and you right away tell yourself, wow, I was wrong, I should listen. It was not, my feelings were wrong. Your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind immediately starts to record it. And next time you will go and help someone else again. right? But next time, again, someone else, if that person cheated also, you will still help, because when you help that person, what did you say? It's okay if they cheat. My job is to help. I'm going to help. So your unconscious mind is always going to tell you, you have to help. It's your job. Don't worry about the result. Okay. So singing, writing, writing poems, writing your thoughts, that's also part of releasing your emotional thoughts. Anybody has any question? Because I know I have been talking last 45 minutes.
You're doing great. We're learning a lot.
Any questions about stress? About any doubts about what I said so far?
No, I'm just digesting. It's a different way of looking the stress. So I'm thinking in my mind what stress is really the stress is.
Exactly. So you're thinking in your mind, or you're thinking in your brain?
Oh,
It's okay. So your mind is always constantly thinking. You're right, Anilabin. Mind is always on the go. That is constantly working. That's your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is in the present, but your subconscious mind is constantly thinking, what is the stress that I should understand? And what you should understand as stress is anything that makes you go to a level of emotional negativity. That is stress. Anything that makes you feel sad, negative, is your stress. But when you tell yourself, whatever happens, I can face it, you're feeding that mind and your brain with positivity, with strength, with logic, that you are constantly making sure that you're emotionally not beaten up. Right? That is why nowadays they say that abuse, emotional abuse, is the largest, biggest abuse, because nobody can see it. Only you know it. And that's why we can never say that, oh, I know what you're going through. No, I don't. I don't know what you're going through, because it's you. You are in that position. You are the soldier there. You know from which angle you can see your own enemy, and you can shoot, and you can hide, and you can save yourself. You are the only right person to resolve in that situation. Someone can help you, but not do what you want or what you have to. You are the only right person to resolve it.
Right.
So, any other questions? Deepika ji, I know you came quite late. I think you're in India. So, I hope, you might have been earlier, but whatever you heard, I like to get your feedback too. Any questions?
No, no questions. It
Great.
is actually it's just a no question.
Okay. Okay. So the reason I wanted to do this is, nowadays we have a lot, and we see on social media, people are putting this post that if you want to talk to me, please talk to me. They are giving, that number is actually a 800 number, which is also by the government. But there are people we see a lot of people who are going through lot of stress. The younger generation is going through stress, because why? Because they have these mobiles, they have this phones and the TV, and they are exposed to so many things that their brain is stressed out. We feel that we are stressed out. Right now, the younger generation is on a larger stress level. And to get them out of it, what do we need to do? The brain is oversaturated. The brain is having too much serotonin released, too much dopamine released, and that cannot be handled by the brain. What happens then? Everything is overly, excessively in there where you don't know how to handle. And that stress, that is the stress. Eyes, stress to the eyes, stress to the ears, right? Stress for everything that we think of is there, but it goes into an higher level in the brain, in the mind. And that is what we need to control. And how do we control? What is happening nowadays? You see short tempered people, even very small kids, you see them very short tempered, right? You see a toddler, or you see even a newborn, even a year old, will be screaming and yelling for the mobile. What mistakes are we making here? So we need to identify these kind of stress that are growing in infants, in toddlers, in teenagers, in younger youths. Why there is not any relationship? There are so many things. I can keep going on and on and on, but it's something that has to be addressed by everyone and understand the stress of a person, of a younger generation. Why are we giving them so much of mobile? Why are we not having them actively working? There can be a whole new session about that whole thing, where how to keep kids away from their mobile. What can we do to help them? How to help the youth? How to help the new parents? There can be series of classes that we can create, but the basic way of first understanding is that all this is happening because our brain is oversaturated, because our emotions are too high. There is nobody to listen to you, there is nobody to understand you, nobody has the time to sit down and listen and address what is going on in your life, and how we can. And you don't have to tell your problems, it's not necessary, but just talking to others, just laughing with others, just having a small get together, being out in the nature is a very good stress reliever. Don't do anything, go out, walk, go to the mall, go by the beach, just watch the nature. Think about the nature. Nature has stress too.
Mm.
So it's something that I can keep going and going about it, but I really wanted to bring this out into the public, that first thing is we are not talking about our stress, about our emotions, because we are thinking of others, because we are worried about what people will think. So first we should get rid of that. Then the stress level might become more medium instead of high, right?
Yes.
Anil is still thinking.
No, I'm not thinking, but I got new ideas now. Really,
Good.
I never thought about this conscious, subconscious mind, how it works, and it's affecting me, whether I know it or not. I never
Exactly.
thought about it.
Yes. Yes. And that is what was the goal of this one master class, is that our conscious, our subconscious, and your unconscious mind is always working, but your conscious mind is only working in the present, in the now. And in the now, also your subconscious mind is working, because it's noting, recording everything, and it's going to keep you aware of that. So two brains are always working. Even when you sleep, two brains are working, your unconscious and your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is sleeping.
Mm. Mm.
So I hope you all enjoyed this session, and hope we can definitely put in your thoughts, ask any questions, help others, and hopefully you guys can work on a stress level at step 1. Think positive. Be conscious about what you feel. Make sure you address that before it becomes a pile, a pyramid,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, we would sure do that.
Yes, Neelam ji?
Yeah, bilkul.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for joining. Deepika ji, Hansa ji, can you come for 2 minutes so I can just have a picture taken
Oh,
just so that I have a picture. Okay, great. Thank you.
thank
Thank
you.
you all. Thanks for joining and
Thank you
hope
so
to see
much
you
for
all somewhere else.
it.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And I
Bye.
would
Thank you.
like
Thank
to
you,
Bye.
join
Smita.
for,
Hansa, when you stay.
Yeah.
Yes. Anybody has questions? Nilavan, did you say anything?
yeah, I was saying that I would like to join for meditation now because the
Sure.
timing would be okay now.
Sure. From Monday you can join.
Okay.
The link is the same.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Appreciate your class.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Asmavan.
Bye.
Thanks. Take care. Bye.
Bye now.
I'll stop the recording.